Danielle did the exact same thing and ended up in the final two.
Yeah, but at the same time, Eric did choose which, he didn't want to do, which tasks he didn't want to do, like campaign to keep Nick in the house. He didn't do that. He didn't campaign to keep Mike in the house when it was Mike and Kale. I haven't seen it all, but I've seen different things. I've kind of put things together, and it just seems like, I understand he got money for certain ones, 5 tasks that he did accomplish, but I think it should have been an all or nothing. You do every task or that's it, not you kind of get to choose. That's my opinion.
Oh.
That's my opinion.
So spooning.
We've got one from BB Voyer in room 125. Dick, are you surprised America loves you? You kept saying we hated you, but your pans were the best.
I'm still not convinced America loves me. I thought America would hate me. Somebody get that car alarm. Yeah, it's my son was telling me yesterday, and I was tripping out pretty good, and finding out that America voted in my favor, I guess, like every time.
Pretty much, yeah.
Is amazing. I think it was just the pure entertainment value, like watching a train wreck in slow motion.
Well, it seems like, Eric got a lot of credit for being America's player, but America directed Eric to protect you guys throughout the game, so give some credit to America for you guys.
Thank you, America.
Danny, how is your dog? That's for Danny, and that's from chat room 4, parens 3, 4.3.
I have not seen Mufasa, and I miss my dog a lot. I can't wait to see him.
When are you going to get to see Mufasa?
I know. I'll see him on Friday. I'm excited, and I miss him. And I heard he's actually a good dog now, and I don't believe it's my dog. My dog's very bad.
Has somebody trained him?
I don't know.
Somebody did feed him, though, while you were away, right?
Yes, he was fed, and I heard he got a little bit bigger, too. Isn't he cute?
Let's get into the jury a little bit. It seems as though both of you were kind of taken aback by some of the jury questions. And Nick, you could probably speak to this as well. What do we think of Amber's question in particular?
I honestly didn't get to see the
oh, you weren't back. Okay.
What a bitch. No, seriously. Can you be any more ridiculous and personal? I have a boyfriend. It was just a personal attack is all it was. The entire time I tried to get the LNC to think on a strategic level as above a personal level. I was the one that started the whole strategic, personal. Who would you vote out? Why? So on and so forth. And when it came down to it, Amber said her question to Danielle was just ridiculous. And at the end, didn't she say, I'm going to vote for the best player? Oh, no, the best person.
I don't know.
The best
I have
person?
a comment on
the
it,
good
though.
person, something like that?
Before Amber did leave the house, one of the last things that she did say to me while campaigning to stay in the house was, Danielle, if you and Jamaica are in the final 2, I'm not going to vote for Jamaica just because she's a good person. I'm going to take all of the gameplay and vote on who strategically played the best game. I know Amber's a liar. That's no surprise to me. But having that be your last words and then coming out and, the next thing I hear from you is, I want to pick a good person to win this game. When you're playing Monopoly, you don't. I think I'm going to put hotels, but tell me your relationship with your sister. Like, you're a waste of a juror. If you're going to vote on somebody's personal life, why are you even here? She didn't deserve to be that far, period. She was drug along because she was a horrible player. Nobody saw her as a threat. And she was a complete waste in the jury house. And I flat out told her I didn't want her vote, and that's why she didn't vote for me. And honestly, I was happy with my answer, and I could care less.
What was it? The question with Eric, to me, like every juror, go over every juror and say something that you've learned about them and why should they be in the final 2? Amber, Dustin, and Jen. I flat out said they don't deserve to be in the final 2, period. And they didn't. And to be honest with you, with Jamaica's gameplay, Jamaica didn't deserve to be there either. Jamaica could have squeaked through very easily, but as it's, I'm sure, pretty well known, we wanted to drag Jamaica into the final 3 because we knew we could have kicked her ass in any of those competitions, period. Zach ended up being a pretty decent physical competitor at the end, which gave us a run for the money. But even at that point, going into the final HOH, I don't know what they showed on the show. I don't know what they didn't. But we sat down and said the only chance of the 3 competitions that he has is the first leg of the competition, which was the endurance. And, yeah, it almost killed me.
For round 1 of that endurance competition, speaking of, did they have a nurse or a medic standing by? Because it seemed like hypothermia was a real.
I know. I heard that I was shown pretty awful. I don't know. I've never been that cold in my whole entire life, and apparently you're not supposed to put hot water on a frozen body because my skin absolutely burned. It was the worst feeling ever. That was Oh, it was awful.
So BB has now taught you how to like deal with hypothermia in the future. Bring it up slow. Just bring up the cord.
Hypothermia,
Yeah, actually-
apparently you're supposed to know how to float because there was a rabbit that I
stop.
jumped and the rabbit was still above my carrot. And so advice for future Big Brother people, take a floating class before you come in the house.
But it wouldn't have
Levitation.
affected the outcome of the competition. That dying rabbit really didn't. Danielle, as I was at a point where if it would have gone on,
Thanks.
no, I'm
you
serious.
still would have sucked. No, I've admitted it. I would have sucked.
No, I'm not
said
saying
going
that.
into the competition, if it was anything to do with cold water, I was absolutely doomed. There was
You know
no
what really
chance.
pisses me off about the whole thing is I had this whole deal laid out. Plastic garbage bags we were going to put underneath our clothes. They showed us the competition before and explained it to us before we went out there. And we both looked around and it's like, no, we didn't see anything with water. It looks like it's just going to be a straight thing. And I'm like, fuck it. You know, let's not use these
Oops.
trash bags. Yes, go with your first instinct every single time. I almost brought a wetsuit into the house to use in something like this. I know, I've seen this show for 7 seasons, and I was going to bring the little spring suit, the summer spring suit, to bring in there for just in case.
You'd have been set up. You'd have been nice,
Yeah, without a doubt.
Nick, loved you on the show. Was very sorry to see you go. Love that you were the guy who was honest, endearing, and had integrity. This is a very nice compliment from
thank
Jace. Can you give us a little insight to how your reunion with Danny went after the finale?
Truthfully, I didn't get to see Danielle